Today we're taking a 2016 Nissan Maxima SR. Let's go ahead and start it up and go take a look. Now when it comes to the Nissan Maxima SR, things tend to get a little bit complicated. It's technically labeled as an upgrade from the SV, but it kind of lives in a class of its own. So from the outside, what you're going to be able to notice right away on the Nissan Maxima is these nice 19-inch alloy wheels. These are diamond finish, diamond cut, specifically only to the Nissan Maxima SR. So no other trim level is going to have that. As well as the type of tires that they use, these sport tires, again, only available on the Nissan Maxima SR. Now, as we come up to the front of the vehicle, what you're going to see is something similar to the Platinum. So now the Nissan Maxima SR and Platinum have LED low beam headlights. So that's something you're only going to see on the Nissan Maxima SR and Platinum, not available on the SL or any other models. They're all going to come with the daytime running lights. So that's going to be something similar. It's going to share with all of the other models. Still going to have the V-motion in the front, floating roof effect inside. So overall, it's going to be a really nice looking car. You can really take a look at the side profile of the car. As you can see, the Nissan Maxima SR, overall it's going to share the same body. The side skirts are going to be slightly different. So as we come around to the back of the vehicle, that's really where you're going to see most of the changes. Now, on the Nissan Maxima SR, most of the time you're going to see a nice sport spoiler. It's going to be a little bit different than the premium spoiler, as it's going to be coming all black and going to have a different style. Also available in the SR is you have a rear diffuser, so the back part of the bumper, the bottom part, is going to actually be matte black. So just one thing that stands out with the Nissan Maxima SR. But yeah, overall, just taking one quick look to really take it all in. The Nissan Maxima SR is definitely something that's going to look very, very sporty. As you can see on the top, no panoramic sunroof. That's simply because you want to retain the rigidity of the vehicle. So not available, no sunroof, no panoramic sunroof, but that's what's going to add to the sportiness of this vehicle. Now, the rest of the changes we're going to be seeing inside. So why don't you go ahead and follow me? I'm going to take a look inside of the vehicle and see what else changes inside the Nissan Maxima SR. Now, when it comes to the Nissan Maxima SR, most of the changes you're going to notice are going to be on the interior and under the hood of the vehicle. So getting started, as soon as you open the door, what you're going to notice right away is now you have suede Alcantara inserts here on the side. So it gives it more of that sporty look, high quality materials. But not only does that live on the sides of the car, it also lives on the interior. So it's inserted inside of the driver and passenger seats, but they don't forget about the rear passengers either. So as you can see, you have suede inserts all here on the back. So leather on the sides for that attractive leather look, suede here on the sides as well, but suede inserts. So part of the reason is the Alcantara sport inserts imported from Italy that Nissan uses actually is designed to hold you in place. Now, because this is the sport model, the SR, you want something that's really gonna hold you in place when you're going through kind of like a sharp turn, going fast, or anything like that. So the suede inserts give it that happy medium between looking like a luxury leather seat, but still having that advantage of cloth seats where it'll hold you in place. You have, like, you know, kind of like bucket seat design, so they really do hold you in place overall. Now, continuing on with the interior changes, we're gonna notice right away. Just gonna take one quick look around. So along with the sides, like I mentioned, with the suede on the side, suede in the inserts, you actually have suede inserted in the steering wheel. So this is really important because, like I said, continuing on with the sport model thing, as you're making aggressive turns and everything, gripping on leather is not as good as gonna be as gripping on Alcantara suede. So you have better grip, an attractive design. So, you know, Alcantara here available in a lighter color, but you know, in my opinion, the darker suede looks a little bit nicer. Now, specific to the SR is aluminum magnesium paddle shifters. This is what you see here. So only the SR is going to be able to give you this. So because again, we're in the sport model, you have downshifting here, upshifting here, or if you want to do it manually, you put the shifter down here, toss it to the left, and now you see that we're in first gear. You can actually shift up or shift down. So that is available on all of the models. Only the SR is going to be able to give you this. So one of the cool technology features that the Nissan SR offers is it does build off of the Sense and the S and the SL, that you do actually have some of the same standard features. So active cruise control, forward collision warning, forward collision braking. So all of the good safety features carry over from the Nissan Maxima SL. But what's added in this one is active engine braking. So this is something that, instead of just having to press the brake all the time, the engine itself will brake. So help you kind of corner through a turn a lot better. Active ride control, active trace control. That's something that we've seen first in the Nissan Rogue, and is available now only in the Nissan Maxima SR. Now what the active trace control is going to do is going to make sure that you stay as you're turning, you're going through a curve. It's going to brake each individual tire to make sure that you go through that turn really easily. But yeah, that's mostly what we're going to be able to see here technology wise. So like as we mentioned, the paddle shifters, the dynamic controls of the vehicles, you know, the whole safety features. With that, we also add a sport tuned suspension. So that is going to make the ride a little bit rougher if you're comparing it to the Platinum or other models. But again, you need that so you can feel all the bumps in the road. So as you're driving, going through corners, everything like that, you have the best feedback in the Nissan Maxima SR. So we're going to talk a little bit more in detail right now. Just take one more quick look. And continuing on, like I mentioned, with under the hood, where you see the most changes, along with the sport tuned suspension, you also have front performance chassis dampener. So again, adding to the rigidity of the vehicle, so it's a little bit stiffer. Like I said, the ride is definitely going to be stiffer, but you're adding that sport performance type of look to it. So, you know, something small, I guess, for some people, but for the people that it really matters, the SR is probably the better way to go. You still have that factory navigation, so every single trim level is going to have this again. Even the SR, it just adds, again, just a little bit extra features. So the whole safety features that we're talking about. What you do see here on the center console, what's different, however, is this. So instead of having heated seats like you have on the SV, what you have here is a temperature control. So for the driver and the passenger, you have either cool seats or heated seats. So as you turn on the cool seats, you can actually hear the fan working. So you have one way to go. So that's something the Platinum and the SR are gonna have. But overall, we see some of the biggest changes once we transition from the Nissan Maxima SV to the Nissan Maxima to SL. So this is just going to incorporate a lot of those features in the SL, except the panoramic sunroof. That is deleted on this one, as you can see. No panoramic sunroof. The same features on the SL are going to be added to this one, just on top of the whole sport feature. So again, we're going to take a quick look at the navigation just to get familiar with it. Again, it being controlled all through here. So if you don't want to reach over as you're driving, you have the command controls right over here at your fingertips. The whole push button start. The pedals are going to be very similar. These are sport looking. So let's go around the back and take a look. So having the seat set to my height, we're going to see how much space there still is in the back. So again, even though this is kind of more molded to a sport seats, this is actually still very comfortable for me here in the back. So I still have a lot of space. Gotta give you a better look at the whole at the suede insert. So it's a very similar pattern to like the Platinum, but except of having leather, quilted leather, you have quilted suede insert. So it really looks really attractive. Cup holders here, phone holder as well, and you have a adjustable headrest for all three passengers, so you can get really comfortable. Again, sitting in the Nissan Maxima is where you get to feel some of the best that Nissan has to offer. It's definitely very comfortable, luxury looking and luxury feeling without the luxury cost. in the Nissan Maxima SR, as is standard with all of the trim levels with Nissan Maxima, you're gonna have again the same drive assist display. So just to give you a quick look at how everything still looks now, you still have that, you know, the radio display showing you what songs playing, what radio stations playing. Just going ahead to touch upon that really quickly, because on this one now what you see is the driving aid screen. So what the driving aid screen is showing you is what's active now. So this one, you do have the active forward collision warning. So I'm going to talk about that really quickly just to give you an idea. The blind spot warning, which is what that little light is here, is carried over from the Nissan SL and up. So let's go ahead and go to the settings really quickly, just so you have an idea of what driver assistance we have. So blind spot warning, parking aids, which is your moving object detection, as well as that little the sensor that's going to beep for you. Emergency braking, so again, in case of an accident, the car is actually going to be able to brake before you do, so kind of prevents the collision most times. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that really quickly. I know most well, pretty much every single Maxima is going to have that standard, but just wanted to mention what changed in the Nissan Maxima SR. Now, driving wise, we're not going to do a whole lot of driving, given us how it's going to drive very similar to some of the previous models I have already taken on the road. Granted, it is going to be a little bit stiffer, and you know, like the whole active noise cancellation or active noise enhancement. Let's put it in sport so we get the noise enhancement. But you know, like I said, it's not going to drive overall too different. Just the fact that it's going to be like the stiffer suspension. Some of that stuff might not translate well in video anyway. But as you can see now with the sport mode, the active noise enhancement actually makes the engine sound a little bit louder when you want it to sound louder. So it sounds a little bit like more meaner. So instead of like kind of like using the speakers to kind of drown out the engine noise, it does the complete opposite in this one. So let's see if we can get a view of how the car drives. So again, same power, so it's going to have that same acceleration. So if I really just gun it, no, it's quick to pick up speed, that's for sure. And if you pay attention to the engine note, it sounds really, really nice. So now, before we run out of gas and stay stranded, so again, we're not gonna go too far on this test drive, but just gonna give you a feel how it runs in the streets of downtown LA in the daytime. And again, as I always say, for obvious safety reasons, I may not have the best angles at all time, but just to be able to give you the driver's perspective as far as driving dynamics. Now with the sport mode on, it will actually simulate shifts under hard acceleration. So it'll accelerate a little bit more aggressive and simulate shifts. So just wanted to point that out. But I mean, pretty much that's going to wrap up our test drive there. I got you a quick look at the Nissan Maxima SR. I hope you enjoyed. So that pretty much covers it all there. Taking a look at all the changes with the Nissan Maxima SR. Like I said, this is kind of an upgrade from the SV. Now, I wouldn't necessarily see it as an upgrade from the SL, given as how there's no panoramic sunroof. Obviously, that's just for the rigidity of the vehicle. But it does incorporate some of the same features that you're going to find in the SL. So I'm going to go over an SL video in the future to really talk about what changes in this car. So technology features, luxury features wise and everything. But for now, that pretty much wraps up the Nissan Maxima there. Again, this is the 2016 Nissan Maxima SR. This is a sports package. Take one final look. Thank you for watching.